NICOLA Sturgeon has been urged to explain how she failed to notice her fraudster husband's spending spree, amid claims she told detectives investigating him, no comment. Critics accused the ex-First Minister of having a brass neck for insisting she was unaware the ex-SNP chief executive had been using party cash to bankroll their luxury lifestyle. He began embezzling Nat's funds 27 days after they tied the knot on July 16, 2010, and continued until just months before Ms. Sturgeon sensationally announced she was stepping down as leader on February 15, 2023. On multiple occasions, she was pictured with items that now appear to have been paid for with embezzled funds, including a luxury Frank Smithson bag. One photo from March 2021 showed her clutching the luxury accessory outside their home on the edge of Glasgow, where Murrell's £81,000 Jaguar I-Pace was in the driveway. Ms. Sturgeon came under more scrutiny as insiders claimed she sat in silence for hours while being interviewed by fraud cops following her own arrest 3 years ago before being released without charge. Scottish Tories leader Russell Findlay said, "As a supposed master of fine detail, is it plausible to believe that she didn't notice her crooked husband was spending money like a lottery jackpot winner? Did she never think to ask Peter where the money was coming from?" Ms. Sturgeon was in custody at Falkirk Police Station from 10:09 a.m. to 5:24 p.m. on June 11, 2023. Before and after her arrest, she publicly vowed to cooperate fully with officers.
Thank you all for coming along on Easter weekend. First up, there is obviously nothing I can say about the ongoing investigation. Much as there are things I might want to say, I'm not able to do so, other than to say that, as has been the case, there will continue to be full cooperation.
But the Scottish Sun can reveal the former SNP Supremo allegedly left cops frustrated by refusing to answer questions. Multiple sources said she exercised her right to say she was not commenting. One source said the former MSP sat in silence for hours as detectives threw queries at her. A senior SNP insider said, "If you're a former First Minister, you should be going out of your way to give them all the information you possibly can." Another source said, "The brass neck on her is incredible. She gave a no-comment interview and hindered police while saying publicly she was cooperating with them. We told how police had raided the couple's home in April of the same year. An officer was seen lugging an Amazon box from the house. It subsequently emerged that Murrell spent £42,000 on the shopping site." In her memoir, Ms. Sturgeon described her 7 hours in custody as the worst day of my life. She added, "Being arrested and questioned by the police is an experience I'm not sure I will ever really get over." Cops later told her she would not be prosecuted. It emerged that Murrell forked out £188 for 3 DVD box sets of Miss Sturgeon's favourite TV show, Danish political drama Borgen, in 2012 to 2013. He also bought 11 pens from the luxury Mont Blanc brand favoured by world leaders, including Russian tyrant Vladimir Putin. Miss Sturgeon was previously pictured using the upmarket writing tools, thought to be worth more than £500 each, in Holyrood Chambers and at the 2021 COP26 climate conference in Glasgow. She faced claims that flaunting the pricey pens jarred with her image as a politician of the people. Her official spokesman said in January 2022 they were presents from a family member. One SNP insider claimed Ms. Sturgeon had plausible deniability as she was busy running the country. But they added, "The problem in many people's eyes is that she is a micromanager and she and Peter worked as a unit, hand in hand." So some will never believe that she didn't at least have some suspicions about what Peter was up to. Miss Sturgeon in the past made no secret of her love of high-end brands, including clothes, shoes, jewellery and handbags. Murrell also splurged on high-end homeware from Le Creuset and paid kitchen knives firm Cato Group plus coffee machine retailer Jura products. Another senior SNP insider, with experience at the top of the party for decades, added, "It's hard to see how someone who is such a details person wouldn't notice all this stuff in her house and question how it was bought." But Nicola would argue she was so detached from the management of the party she didn't know about the spending. It also emerged goods were delivered to the home of Miss Sturgeon's parents in Dreghorn, Ayrshire, plus her sister's pad in nearby Irvine, and Murrell's mother's home in Dunfermline. Scottish Labour Deputy Leader Jackie Baillie hit out. Many people have questions about whether it is credible that Sturgeon knew nothing, despite being known for her intense micromanagement. Miss Sturgeon revealed in January last year that her marriage had been over for some time. She quit Holyrood in March. The former SNP leader said she had no knowledge or suspicion whatsoever that Murrell used SNP funds for personal purposes and was misled just as others were. In a further statement issued later, she added, "Today the media is reporting details of items that my former husband has now admitted buying with SNP funds. I have seen questions raised about how I could not have known about this. I want to reiterate that I had no knowledge or suspicion whatsoever that personal items had been purchased using SNP funds. I was cleared of any wrongdoing after a lengthy and thorough investigation. In relation to many of the items in question, for example expensive watches and games consoles, I was not aware of them having been purchased at all. Indeed, in relation to the item of largest value, a camper van, I was not aware of its existence until it featured in the police investigation in early 2023, nor was it parked in our driveway, as has been claimed by some. In respect of any items I was aware of Peter having purchased, I had no reason to doubt that he had used his own money. We were both earning high salaries, and due to the responsibilities of my job, rarely socialised or went on holidays. We had separate bank accounts, and I had no access to his financial records.